Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Wolak. We're here each and every day at 8 a.m. for my viewing and your viewing and listening pleasure as we explore life, as we bring out a greater aspect of life that nourishes us, that feeds us. So today, I thought I would talk about this thing called worry. And so what is worry? Well, here's the best I got. Worry is being attached and being afraid we're not going to get what we want, or worry is being attached and afraid that we're going to get what we don't want. Isn't that interesting? It's a matter of how are we focusing on something. And there's the other side of the coin. To go from worry to not worry is to simply shift our focus without an attachment. Here's one of the silliest things we do. One of the silliest things we do is we try to tell the universe how to give us what we want, instead of being open to the possibility of getting it from a way that we can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. So it's just so interesting. So, how many people, when they get a letter from the Internal Revenue Service, does their butt pucker? Just about everybody's butt puckers when you open your mailbox and there's a letter from the Internal Revenue Service. And then when you open the letter and it says, you owe $5,000, you made a mistake. Guess what? Chances are you're puckering some more. So I'll share with you that happened to me. A week ago Friday, got the letter. And I knew it was a mistake. I didn't worry, but what I did was I called my accountant. They told me what they needed from me. I went to the solar panel people who installed solar panels because it involved a credit I got from them. And I asked for what I wanted. I got what I wanted. So I met with my accountant. I had a 4 o'clock appointment with my accountant on Friday, 2 days ago. I walked in, shook hands, said, "How are you?" He says, "You gave me everything I need. Thank you very much. I'll file all the paperwork. There's nothing more you need to do." I was done with my meeting in 1 minute. Now, I couldn't predict it how it would happen, but here's what. I knew it was going to happen. It was really interesting, too, because it was 2019 was the first year of my life that I used an accountant because my taxes got a little bit different. They, they were a little more complex. And you know what? I continued to use them even this year, and it wasn't more complex because I said, I don't need to do that because it's not what I love to do. And then if something happens, I can just turn it over to them. Sheryl says it's easier said than done. We live in a society where nothing is for certain. You're right. But you know what? You know how it gets easier, Sheryl? When you practice. When you practice the art of not worrying. When you lose your attachment and you open up to a greater possibility. It's all practice. This whole idea that was started with the movie The Secret, where they said, ask the genie, and the genie says, "It is done unto you as you receive." As you believe. No. Ask and you shall receive. No. You've got to act. You've got to practice. You got to put it into effect. You got to build new habits of thinking, of feeling, of speaking, acting. You've got to build new habits. If you don't realize it by now, think about your life. Your life is run by the habits that you have. And most of the habits that you have are what? unconscious. And so it's now time to create unconscious habits consciously that serve you. How do you look at the world? Have a habit about that. The world is giving me every opportunity to become more aware. That's how I like to look at life. No matter how aware I become, I always realize there's more to become aware of. You never get there. And when you can accept the fact that you never get there, guess what? It makes it so much easier. Well, Rodney just said we must break the habit of being ourselves. Well, first off, I'm going to ask this question, Rodney. The first thing you got to do is know who you are. If you know who you are, you become that. When we break the habit of being ourselves, we break the habit of being who we're not. The habit of our parents have created us in this image and we blindly bought in. The church has created us in this image and we blindly bought in. The government has created this image and we blindly bought in. The corporations have created this image and we blindly bought in. The idea is our job in life is to discover our true, authentic self and then become that person. That's the work. That's a lot of work because guess what? Everybody around you wants you to become the person they want in their lives. Ooh, think about that. Everyone around you wants you to become the person. Your mom and dad, they want you to become a person that they visualized you for. If you're in a relationship, your partner wants you to become the person that they want in their relationship. There's only one person in the world that wants you to be you. And if you don't choose it, you're not going to become it because that person is you. You're the only one. That's why it's a journey we take on our own. We can be with others who support us, but it's our journey, nobody else's. Well, I'm going to go through this journey with my life partner and it's going to be great. You can have a life partner. I have one. Guess what? I'm still on the journey by myself. My partner's journey is a different journey. We share while we're on the journey, but it's a different journey. Are you getting that? So you can't expect your partner to always be there, do what you want, because that's not why they're here. Your partner's here for their journey. What is love? Love is giving your partner the freedom to be them and to accept them as they become their greater self. That's what love is. It has nothing to do with romance. Romance is an infatuation that's built on emotions of newness, of finding someone who's got a chemistry about them, and that chemistry that they've got just lights you up. And you want to be with them. And guess what? That chemistry will wear off after time. It always does. Because it's a bodily thing. Shuriel says, we have accepted the uniformity of society. Most of people want to be a part of the world. Being different is not normal. Yeah, who wants to be normal? Here's what I think normal is. Boring. Do you want to be around normal? Those are the most boring people in the world. And what is normal? Normal is just average. That's all it is. Who wants to be average? I want to be unique. If you're ever with me, I hope that I shock you. I hope that I amuse you. I hope I press your buttons because I want to be the farthest thing from normal. Here's who I want to be. I want to be Lee. I want to be Lee Wolak. And I'm uncovering that Lee Wolak every moment of my life. And every moment of my life, I'm becoming greater and greater and greater at becoming me. And you know what? I don't care what anyone else thinks. Because if I did, then I have imprisoned myself by other people's opinions. I'm not going to do it. And guess what? The people that are closest to you, might be the ones who are doing the most to imprison you. You got to look at that. And you don't have to rebel in a way, but you don't have to listen. You don't have to do it for them. Whenever you're doing something, you're always really doing it for yourself. The problem is that we've been brought up to be people pleasers. And because we're people pleasers, we worry. Stop people pleasing. You won't worry as much. So today, I want you to know at 10:30, I'm going to do my Agape service at 10:30 Central Time. And today I'm starting a whole new series where I'm going to explore how to use the science of mind. I'm going back to my roots. And I'm going to do 10 weeks. And it's going to be really powerful. And I invite you to either listen live or listen later. And do me a favor. I don't ask for favors much. Start sharing that series. Tell your friends about it. Put it on your Facebook page. Give it a like. Make a comment on it. Do me that favor. The more interaction, the more people will get this message. And I'm trying to help people become empowered. That's what I'm trying to do. And when I help people become empowered, I'm actually helping myself become more empowered. So with that in mind, I want to say thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. And know that I'll be here every day for you. And that if no one tells you this, I love you and I accept you just like you are. So go create your best day. Aloha.